tell us how you handle your social life and eating out and being human, I guess.
Yeah, that's a very difficult situation when someone invited you in the house. As we all know, most people, when they do their groceries, they don't label, they don't read labels. Is it organic? Is it GMO? Is it natural? It's very hard, especially here in America, because FDA, they've been told for so long to label the food. They don't because of their lobbyists. So I take risk most of the time. Uh, what I have to do is the next day, fast and drink lots of water. Try to take it out from your system as much as you can. And if you don't eat when you're invited, that's another problem. We all doesn't like if we don't eat, someone doesn't eat my food. I will have big question. So I have to do the same thing. When I eat out, of course, if I arrange the invitation, I know which restaurant to go.
How do you decide what you're going to eat there at the restaurant?
I personally, check the restaurant, who is their provider. For example, when you if you talk about, I'm sure we'll talk about the fast food, In-N-Out and McDonald's. In-N-Out, there is a psychology trick. Maybe they raise their own cattle, they don't give them hormone, that kind of story. You hear? So I have to check as much as I can who is their supplier. There are restaurants provide organic grass-fed meat and salmon. Seafood. By the way, when you talk about seafood, there is lots of tricks. There is seafood wild caught and natural seafood, farm raised. So that is the biggest problem. People, wild caught is not good at all. People, they think like wild caught, oh, no hormone, they didn't inject him, it's good. But the wild caught, if you eat sushi, they have mercury. Because you don't know what they're eating in the sea.
Yeah.
So they think like, oh, they're natural. That's dangerous. And when you say natural, people, farm raised, people, they think like, oh, farm raised, they watch them what they're eating. That's the only thing they know. But there is two kinds of farm raised. One, you feed them like you feed for cows, the right food for the fish while they are under your control, like natural stuff you feed them, or like you see from China and some other countries, they feed them hormone to make them grow quick and put on the market quick. The fish, they grow quick also like a chicken. So you have to see when farm raised is not all farm raised. They get hormone like cows. So when you eat out, you have to know the suppliers, where it come from, as much as you can.
Yeah.
It's like
doing your homework.
Yeah, doing your homework because you are your own doctor.
Okay. You wanna stop that, Rick? We're gonna do another one. Rick? He's got his earphones on, that's okay, well, I'll edit it. I have to do it anyway. Okay, let's talk about fast food. How bad is that for you, for kids, and how do you personally deal with it when you had your kids?
Fast foods, the same thing again. The cows, they have these hormones, like to make them grow quick. The chickens to make them grow quick. If you go Ethiopia, the GMO still not there. If you see the chicken, it's too small, maybe enough for 2 people. Here, the chicken enough for 10, 20 people, because the hormone makes them big. When they're big, they sell it big. So if you eat that, you get it into your system also. So the fast foods, they've been known, whoever keep eating the fast food, it gains you weight. And when you gain weight, lots of sickness come. The blood pressure, the diabetics come with the weight. So because of that reason, I raised 2 kids. As far as I know, I never took them. But my ex, she doesn't believe in this organic stuff. She's so suspicious, like to give them, they are kids, let them do it, whatever. I'm very sure she did that. In the fast food, the other problem, they lie the amount of calories they written. By the law, you cannot sell more than this amount calorie. I would say corruption. If it is 400 calories, they might say 200 just to sell it.
What about the portion size? Have they gotten bigger?
You mean the fast food?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like when you keep eating, it makes you big. When you gain weight. So when you're big, you eat big anyways. That's their business technique. It's like cars. The technology, they can build a car with 2-cylinder, with 1 liter, you can drive 100 miles. They can make it, but they don't want to, because they build only 8-cylinder, and then with 1 gallon, maybe 10 mile, 15 mile, because who's gonna buy the gas otherwise? So the same thing, all the food, those preservatives make us big, and when we're big, we eat big, we buy big from industry, and then when we're sick, and then the pharmaceutical company, and they sell us medicine. And then when we take medicine, every medicine has side effects, and it's gonna kill us. And maybe the government might be happy if we go before 65. You're not gonna collect any social security. I always they're suspicious to me, like this food industry, pharmaceutical company, and the government, they're best friends. So fast food, no.
Okay. And how do you feel about cell phones?
The cell phone is dangerous for me. In health-wise, social, life-wise, and I lost my good friend. He's addicted to his cell phone every time when we go out, to have coffee and have conversation. And he talk, okay, I'm listening to you while he's on the phone. He want to talk to me at the same time. He want to talk, or he want to do his social media, and he want to talk to me. Can you get away from your phone and can we talk? Eye contact, can you do it? No, I have multi-talent. He come with lots of excuse. And then when we eat, he touch and eat, touch, all that kind of stuff. So I gave him like 2-3 times. He needs to stop, he needs to stop. And then for the last time, I will delete your number. I will never hang out with you because of this. It pissed me off. So I lost him. Yeah, so some people, they have addiction. But that's for social part. Like upstairs, downstairs, families, they don't even want to walk upstairs to call their children or the son to their father. They call from downstairs. Can you come down? You see?
My kids text. They don't even call.
That pisses me off. I grew up call neighbors, do something, run, and at the same time you do exercise. You socialize with neighbors' kids. Now the neighborhood kids, they don't even know each other. They don't even know each other. Like when you talk, don't stay away, I'm busy. That part I don't like. When the child has a cell phone, it's the most dangerous. And people, The other thing, the cell phone is for teenagers, especially for little kids. That is very dangerous. It has radiation. This cell phone has radiation. When you keep talking, especially, yeah, I mean, it may be too small, little, but for the little kid, it's too soft, brain.
Penetrates.
Yeah, it penetrates easy like that. Even in German one time, I don't remember exact time, Wi-Fi was forbidden in the public area. But these guys, they have big lobbies, big money, you cannot do it. So some people, for their little children, when the daddy or mommy is out, a 1-year-old, stick on little kid. Did you hear his voice? Say hello, mommy. Say hello, daddy. They're frying his brain. So because of that, look, even for us, I used to remember 30, 40 phone numbers memorized. Because of this, I might remember 1 or 2 numbers memorized. So,
Oops.
By the way, I never give a cell phone for my kids, my son until he's 17, for my daughter until she's 16.
Yeah.
Never cell phone, no. And now, look where they are, one of the biggest college universities. That contributes, I would say. I would say that contributes because their memory is sharp. It's too much. Like me, when I sleep, I don't do it on my bedroom. When I'm ready to sleep, I leave it somewhere far and put silent. And then I see when I wake up. Even when I sit, I don't hold it because I strongly believe there is radiation. It might be too small, you don't feel it, but it has radiation. It takes out some memory, weaken our memory. So that's all about it.
And what do you feel about? Let's get on another topic. Kitchen utensils. A lot of people don't even think about that. But what would you suggest for people when they're in their kitchen?
Yeah, and when they're in the kitchen, I said it before, they have to make sure, their dish, no scratch, no nothing, because if it has scratch, that means whatever that scratch,
Bacteria.
back with your food together. So if you see scratch, that means that thing is like fading. So just avoid it.
What about cutting boards?
Yeah, cutting board also you have to check it. Make sure it is flat. Like the material. Some people they use wood. Some people they use plastic. If I did see any scratch, the wood is better. Maybe even if you get in your system, it might be digested. But plastic might be some dangerous. But the most important thing is these psychology tricks. The psychology tricks, if we back to the fast food and the soft drinks, the psychology tricks, the business owners, the psychology tricks.
What are those?
You see, they target all the famous people. For example, LeBron James.
Yeah.
LeBron James recognized Sprite is the best drink.
Yeah.
Look, LeBron James, when he drinks Sprite, look how many kids they want to look like LeBron James. The kids, they think LeBron James is the best, big, strong, smart, is because of the soft drink. These kids, they keep drinking soft drink, look influential with the famous people. LeBron James, on the video, he was drinking Sprite. I guarantee you, when the camera turn off, he might spit it. He might not swallow it. look, the McDonald's, like all these famous people, they get paid that much money, buy it. They might not swallow it when the camera is off. You see? So that's their psychology tricks.
So
I hope-
advertising, there's a lot of the food industry uses a lot of tricks with their food advertising.
Oh, yeah, look. 50% when you open the TV, when you see commercial, 50% is about food,
Yeah.
50% is about medicine.
Yeah.
Why do you advertise if it's good? You don't need to advertise. You don't need to advertise. You have a doctor. You go to the doctor. They advertise over the counter. Anybody go pick by himself because, you know. So I hope people will read my book and make it practical.
Do you want to thank anybody for your book? Do you like?
You know, as I said, you know, my dad was like, he never told me to write a book. He never said anything. You know, since I was a little kid, he was not a nutritionist. He was not a dietitian. His just natural experience. Like, don't eat the same food. Don't eat meat all the time. Only the lions eat all the time. You're not a lion. You're a human. Don't eat meat all the time. Eat different things. So I grew up with it. You know, I always thanks him. You know, just he's my role model. Yeah. And myself. You know, because I get experience, you know, when I traveling over 35, 36 countries,
Yeah.
you know, my hobby is always go to the older people, talk to the older people, you know, why they stay healthy all this age until they are 90, until they are 100.
Yeah.
And that's what I experience. That's why, you know, how to cure blood pressure without taking medicine. How to cure diabetics without taking medicine. How to cure arthritis. All sickness naturally. That's what all this book is about.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to add?
Maybe next time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sounds good.
Ricky is sleeping.
Did he fall asleep on us? Oh, he's got his earphones on.
Okay, so
I'll upload this.
I'll take it off. This one?
Huh?
Take it
Oh,
off.
yeah, sorry.
Here.
Forgot,
Let me see.
forgot that you're wired yet.
So you can cut it off, whatever. So this thing today is very good thing we did because
Okay.
if she sees this, you know, it reminds her.
Okay.
So
All right, I'll
hopefully-
upload it.
So tomorrow, like, stop by
Okay.
anytime.
Tomorrow's a busy day.
Yeah.